Hello everyone, welcome to meditation class. My name is Prakeke. I'm going to teach you today mindfulness meditation. So before I start to teach you, let me pay respect to three things, the most important in Buddhism. We call Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. It means enlightened or awakening one, and teaching, and then disciple who became enlightened after Buddha. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivadimi. Sawakhato bhagavata dhammo dhammang namasami. Supatipanno bhagavato sawaka sangho sanghang namami. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I pay respect to Buddha as an enlightened one. I pay respect to Dharma as the teaching of the Buddha, and I pay respect to Sangha, the disciples of Buddha. Welcome again to meditation class. Today I'm going to teach you mindfulness meditation, which is very important in our daily life, whatever you do. So basically, mindfulness means knowing, being aware whatever happened in your life. And if you practice Vipassana meditation, simply we call insight meditation, you have to learn mindfulness, especially the four foundation of mindfulness. So, mindfulness means being aware or knowing. You have feelings, emotion, thought, positive or negatives. Okay? Whatever happened, being mindful. Know it, accept it, and try not to dwell on that or not to go with your feelings or thought or emotion positively or negatively. Don't hold it, don't bind with that too deeply. It means don't dwell on that. So you feel, you let it happen and try to let it go. So to let it go, you have to bring your mind back to practice. That's what we learn from meditation practice. So that's why you have to know the four foundation of mindfulness to practice the mindfulness meditation. Okay? So I think better I will going to write something. I have a whiteboard here, small one. I think it will be better to show you what are the four foundation of mindfulness, And one more thing, I always tell to the meditators, meditation simply means to purify the mind. Because our mind is so rushed, so busy, kind of dirty, not clean enough. Because we never try to clean our mind. Only we clean our body every day. So meditation simply means to purify, to clean, to cultivate our mind. Okay? So before you purify your mind or meditate, better if you follow the moral training. Okay, moral training simply means how to have a good life, how to pay respect yourself and other. It simply means not to do bad to you, not to do bad to other, you know. So it's simply called the moral training or morality. Okay, so okay, I'm going to write for you guys. Okay, so as I told you, moral, it's very important. So when you have moral, you move to mental. So the moral training, as a Buddhist people, they observe precepts, 5 precepts. So 5 precepts are avoiding killing, avoiding stealing, avoiding misconduct, avoiding telling lie, and avoiding intoxicants. That is a part of moral training. Or simply you can follow 3 things. Here we have the 3 things, 1, 2, and 3. Simply we call right speech, same right action, and right livelihood. Okay, so the moral training has 3 things: right speech, right action, right livelihood. That's why the Thai Buddhist people, they follow 5 precepts. So 5 precepts including in these 3. Okay, I mean the 5 precepts are inside of these 3. So right speech simply means when you speak to others, even you speak yourself, you have to use the mindfulness. Means knowing, being aware how to speak with your kindness, compassion, love, respect, or not to disappoint someone, okay, by your speech. Then right action, so simply means avoiding killing all living beings, to respect life, not to harm yourself, not to harm others, part of the right action. And also there are so many right action, for example, avoiding intoxicant, avoiding drinking alcohol or taking drugs. It's also part of right action. Or avoiding stealing, which is not given or permitted. That's also part of right action. And you can see here, number 3, right livelihood. We should learn to live in a right way. All right? So it means be humble, be honest with your work, you know. So here, as I told you, we have part of the moral training, right speech, right action, right livelihood. Okay, so moral training means, or moral means morality, how to have a good life. So before you learn to train your mental, this is part of meditation. You should have the moral life. When you avoiding doing bad, you can pure your mind by practice meditation. All right, so that's why I say mental training as well. Okay, so you have moral and mental. Okay, so here mindfulness meditation. Okay, so there are viewers, you can see here, mindfulness meditation, right? So mindfulness simply means knowing, being aware. Meditation means to purify the mind, to clean your mind, or we call mental training. Okay, so we train our mind to being aware, to knowing whatever happened, you know. So part of the mindfulness meditation, there are 4 main things are so important. Okay? So before I'm going to tell you what are the 4 foundation of mindfulness, when you practice mindfulness meditation, be mindful on your body, feeling, thought, and mind object. Or whatever happen, okay? Let's say we have emotion, thoughts, feelings, positively or negatively. Sometimes you might get greed mind, anger, delusion, violence. So many things happen, like anxiety, depression, tense, stress, frustrated. Be mindful, know it, accept it, let it happen. But don't dwell with that. Don't go too deeply or too deeper with that kind of feelings or emotion. So mindfulness means know it, let it happen. Okay? And try let it go. So to let it go, you have to bring your mind back to practice. Okay? Meditation. So according to Anapanasati, we call breathing in, breathing out, meditation. Okay? So that's the main object is to focus or observe your breathing. Inhale, exhale. Or breathing in, breathing out. Or according to Vipassana meditation or insight meditation, many meditators, they practice with abdomen rising and falling. Okay? So you just bring your mind back to the main object. Okay? So let's say, so what is the mindfulness? Mindfulness simply means knowing. You know whatever happened. As I told you, you have emotion, feelings, thoughts, positively or negatively. Sometimes you're happy, unhappy, depressed, anxiety, anger, whatever. You know it. Be mindful. Be aware on that. Okay? But don't go too deeper with that again and again. Simply don't bind with that kind of wonder or feelings. Don't bind too tightly. Just to let it happen, just to feel it. Okay? So don't dwell it. And to let it go, you bring your mind back to practice meditation. Okay? So you back to breathing in and out or abdomen rising falling as you like the main object to focus. Okay. So now, okay. So guys, meditation simply means mental training. So meditation means mental training. We train our busy mind, rush mind or monkey mind to pure it, to keep calm of our mind or feel inner peace or peace inside of your mind. Okay, that is the meditation. And also many people said meditation, it's a medication of mind. For example, when you're depressed, when you have anxiety or some mental illness, you can go to the doctor, take medication, right? Yeah. But when you meditate, you don't have to take medication. You have to practice the mindfulness meditation. What happened, just to let it happen, to know it, to accept the truth, you know, and try not to dwell. You can bring your mind back to practice to feel calm and peace, you know. That's why many people say meditation, it's a medication of mind. It's a medicine. All right. So, according to mindfulness meditations, you have to know these 4 things. Okay, we say the 4 These four foundations of mindfulness are very important, okay? The four foundations of mindfulness, I will write here. Okay. Okay, so guys, you can see here clearly, okay, so here I wrote, you can see the four foundations of mindfulness. Number one, mindfulness of body. Okay, so mindfulness means knowing of what? Your body. So that's why we practice sitting meditation. According to Vipassana or insight meditation, the main object, part of mindfulness of body, is what? Abdomen rising, falling, rising, falling. Okay, we call Kayanupassana. So the movement of your abdomen is part of body. So mindfulness means knowing of your body movement. Okay. Or you can practice also anapanasati. Simply we call concentration meditation. You mindfully concentrate on the breathing in, breathing out. Alright? And also when you practice walking meditation, you can observe part of the mindfulness of body, the movement of your walking. Okay? That's also mindfulness of body as we practice in Vipassana meditation. And then number two, you can see, okay, here the number two is, okay, mindfulness of feeling. You can just see here the feeling, okay. So mindfulness of feeling basically is the second one, part of the four foundation of mindfulness. Okay, the second one is feeling. So when you practice meditation, you can get some kind of feeling, good or bad feeling, positive or negative feelings, kind of like a emotion, feeling or emotion, it could happen. Or when you practice sitting meditation, after you sit maybe 15 or 20 or 30 minutes later, you get pain of your back, sleepy of your leg or knee, something happened. That kind of feeling or emotion exists to you. So then what you have to do is mindfulness of feeling. Alright? So it means knowing, being aware of your feeling. Even if you get pain, it's suffering. We don't want pain or suffering, right? But you have to know it. You have to let it happen. You have to accept the truth. That's what we call the mindfulness. Knowing it, being aware. Know that I'm pain. But don't bind too tight with your mind and feelings. Okay? So don't dwell on that. Don't go too deeper with your pain. Just to let it happen. And then what you do, you bring your mind back from the pain to practice meditation. You can observe your abdomen rising, falling, or breathing in and out. Okay? So then you can see number three. Mindfulness of, okay, number three, mindfulness of thoughts. You can see here, thoughts, okay. So, when you practice meditation, you have to be mindful of your thinking, the thoughts. It's part of the mind. You can get a lot of thinkings, think about past, future, whatever, okay. Positive thinking, negative thinking, pleasure, unpleasure, pleasant, unpleasant, whatever we say, it could happen. So what you do it, be mindful. Mindfulness on your thoughts. Okay? Know your thinking. So we call the mindfulness means knowing or being aware of your thinking. Just knowing that I'm thinking. Same thing, don't dwell on that. Don't dwell with your thinking or thoughts. Don't bind too tightly with your thinking, or don't go too deeper and deeper again and again with your thought. So just to let it happen, just to know that I'm thinking. So then what do? You bring your mind back to practice mindfulness, concentrate on the abdomen rising, falling, or breathing in or breathing out. Okay? So then the last one you can see, the mindfulness of mind object, this one. Okay? So, the mindfulness of mind object, it's talk about the truth of nature, the law of nature. I think it's quite difficult to explain to you guys, okay, the mindfulness of mind object. So, basically, when you practice mindfulness meditation, you observe your body rising, falling, breathing in and out, especially the movement of your abdomen, part of the vipassana or insight meditation. Then after a while, obviously you will get pain of your back, especially if you sit on the cushion or on the floor. So then you observe on that. So you be mindful on your feeling. Okay? Then sometimes you get thoughts. You think about your pain. You think about something else, good or bad, you know. So same thing, you be aware on that. Don't dwell. Back to practice. So this kind of mindfulness practice, your mind will develop. And then it will bring you wisdom. We call panya. You will get the wisdom. When you practice vipassana or the mindfulness meditation, it helps a lot to understand the truth of nature or the law of nature, because the body, the feeling, the thoughts, the mind, all are the truth in our life, okay? And it's also nature as well, okay? So when you practice insight meditation, basically we call, vipassana or mindfulness meditation, your wisdom will develop. When your wisdom develops, you understand this concept, the mindfulness of mind object. It's part of the truth of nature. So what I mean is, when you have feelings, emotion, positively or negatively, even the thinking or thoughts, good or bad, so it's more like it happened to you, okay? You be mindful, you be aware, you knowing that I'm pain, I'm sad, or I'm frustrated, I'm angry, even you greed or delusion or, ego or frustrated or not exactly frustrated of the ego. It's called, you feel jealous or ego, whatever happened, So you accept it and you let it go. So when you let it go, you're gone. That means the mindfulness of mind object. So you understand that, oh, I angry. Actually, angry has no self. Oh, I'm suffer. Actually, suffering, it's not you. Angry is not you. It has no self. But you, okay? How long I bind with the emotion, feelings, positive or negative, angry, suffering, frustrated, anxiety, whatever. How long I dwell with that, how long I tight with that long I suffer, I angry, all right? But if you just let it go, bring your mind back to practice, those kind of emotions or thoughts, positively, negatively, feelings, okay? It became impermanence, change. That is the part of mind object. Your mind develops by getting wisdom. You understand that, oh, everything is impermanence if I don't dwell or if I don't hold it myself. If I let it go, it's became impermanence. and it has no self. It means non-self. Sometimes we say, oh, I'm so happy. Actually, happiness, it has no self. But how long you dwell, you hold with that kind of emotion or feelings, let's say positive feelings or emotion, happiness, that long you happy. Actually, happiness has no self. If happiness, it has self, then why you are not always happy in your life all the time? Okay? So that's why we have to learn the mindfulness meditation, especially the 4 foundation of mindfulness. Once again, mindfulness of body, mindfulness of thoughts, mindfulness of feelings, mindfulness of mind object, which is very, very common, and where it's the 4 objects are more, 4 things or 4 foundation are more main key of vipassana or insight meditation, So overall, guys, this is kind of online teaching. Maybe it's not that much, comfortable, to teach or to practice as well. But this is kind of introduction to you who really like to learn meditation, especially the insight meditation, which is very powerful to apply, to know yourself, to your mind, to your emotion and feelings, and how not to dwell on that, how to let it go, to get inner peace, because when you have money, you can buy external happiness. Okay, it's not stable, it's temporary, but the inner peace, you cannot spend to get it. You cannot spend money to get it. You have to practice, especially the meditation will bring you the calmness or the inner peace as well. So overall, there are so many things to learn about the mindfulness meditation, or we call insight meditation as well, or in Pali language we call vipassana as well. Okay, and I'm so sorry, the writing is not that much clean, guys. Okay, so once again, the 4 foundation of mindfulness. Okay, mindfulness of body, feelings, thoughts, and mind object. Body, you observe the movement of your body. Let's say breathing in, breathing out. It's part of anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing exercise. Okay, it's part of the main object of concentration meditation, to let your mind calm and relax. Okay, and when you practice vipassana meditation, you can observe part of body is abdomen, rising, falling, rising, falling, and the feelings, thoughts, it could happen. Especially we observe it when we practice meditation. So that's why meditation is important to know, to experience, to apply in your daily life whenever, whatever, happen by feelings, emotion, or thoughts, like that. And then finally, you can learn how to understand the impermanence, and it has no self. It's like a change, the impermanence, or non-self or no self as well. Okay, because when you don't, because when you don't dwell or hold or bind tightly with something, even your emotion, thoughts, and feelings, positive or negative, is coming, it will go. Okay, so that's called impermanence. Let's say there are 3 main things that we can learn. First, suffering. So suffering is the truth. All right, no one wants suffering. I don't want, you don't want, no one wants suffering. But we cannot escape or run away from our suffering. Okay, so when you suffer, what you do? Be mindful, knowing to accept your suffering, but don't go too deeper again and again. Don't attach too much with your suffering. Just to accept it, being aware, being mindful on that. Just to know that, yes, I'm suffering. Yes, I'm not happy. I'm unhappy. Yes, I'm angry. Something like that. Okay? So, accept the truth. Let it happen. And then try to understand its impermanence. Because if you don't bind too tightly, if you don't attach too much too deeper with your suffering, with your feelings or emotions, It became impermanence. It will change. Okay? And then finally, you will know, oh, my suffering actually is not mine. If I don't dwell on that, if I don't hold it, it became impermanence and it has no self, So that's why we need the mindfulness. Okay? So overall, I hope you understand. Okay? And now I guess better if we practice meditation, a little bit like a kind of silent meditation, or I will going to guide you. You can also say guided meditation. But when you know how to do that, you have to practice in silence as a beginner. Okay? So, my dear meditators, please take a position. When you practice meditation, the posture, or we call the positions, has to be flexible, comfortable, So you can sit on the cushion, on the chair, on the couch, on the bench. Feel flexible, feel comfortable first, okay? But try to keep your back straight. Don't do like laying or something, If you do that, if you feel more relaxed, you will get sleepy, okay? But if you sit on the couch or on the chair, you can put a pillow between chair and your back, But make sure to keep your back straight, okay? Yes. And even you can against to the wall to keep back straight, okay? All right. And you don't have to sit as a monk if you cannot, You just keep free your legs, when you sit on the chair, like me now, I keep I'm sitting like this, my leg, okay? Or on the couch, you can also free your feet, just sit and free your feet, more like that, or just be comfortable as well. So I'm going to sit on the cushion, and more flexible way for me, it's cross-leg sitting, this one, okay? So you can sit in cross-leg, half lotus or full lotus or dynamic sitting, okay, as you like for sitting position. And then keep your hands on the left hand first and right hand above, or you can free your hands on your knee as well. But don't hold like this, it's stress. Just relieve or relax. Either like this or like this. Okay, guys? Okay, now let's practice meditation for a while. So remember that I wrote on the board. Okay, mindfulness means knowing. The first, to keep you calm and relax your mind, what you do? You observe your breathing in, breathing out. Or abdomen rising, falling. Okay, so today, part of the mindfulness of body, to know the movement, we will observe the abdomen according to Vipassana or insight meditation. So slowly and mindfully, you keep observe your abdomen rising, falling. Feel it. Okay, to let your mind calm and relax, because you let your monkey mind, busy mind to know this one only. But when you lost your mind, try to bring your mind back to practice. That's why you have to know the mindfulness of feeling. If you're distracted by feelings, accept it, know it, and bring your mind back to practice. If you get thinking, same thing. Okay? Know that you are thinking, accept it. Good or bad thinking. Okay? But try let it go, bring your mind back to practice. Okay? Alright. So take your time. Look a point in front of yours. Move your attention to your eyes. Slowly and mindfully keep closed your eyes, please. Keep relax your mind. Relax your body. Try to know that you are in a sitting meditation position or posture. No matter you sit on the couch, on the chair, on the bench, or on the cushion, on the floor, doesn't matter. Just to know it simply means mindful of your sitting position. Try to know that right now, in this present moment, I'm in a sitting position of meditation. Keep relax your mind and relax your body. Move your attention to your abdomen, please, or stomach. Your belly, abdomen. And mindfully keep concentrate rising, falling. You can feel your abdomen rising, falling. The movement of your abdomen, try to know it, feel it, visualize on that, rising, falling. Rising, falling. Feel the movement of your abdomen, rising, falling. It's connected with breathing as well. When you take breathing deeply, your abdomen rising. When you're breathing out slowly, your abdomen falling. So be aware, be mindful. Try to know that your abdomen rising, falling. Keep mentally note, rising, falling. Rising, falling, smoothly, nicely, gently, and mindfully. Keep aware on your abdomen rising, falling. Feel the movement, rising, falling. mindfully keep concentrate on your abdomen, rising, falling. Feel the movement, rising, falling. If you lost your concentrate, then bring your mind back to practice, rising, falling. If you get any feelings, emotions or thoughts, accept it. Means be mindful on that. If you get angry, just to know that angry. If you get suffering, know that suffer. I'm suffer. So anything good or bad by your feelings or emotion, accept it. But be mindful, knowing not to go too deeply with your emotions or feelings, even the thinking. So what can you do to let it go? After a while, you have to bring your mind back to practice on the abdomen, rising, falling, rising, falling. That kind of practice will develop your wisdom. You will understand the impermanence. Everything is change. And you will understand, if I don't bind by myself to my emotion or feelings, if I don't hold it or dwell on that, it became change, impermanence, and it's not myself. It's non-self, no self. So that's why I keep practicing concentration mindfully on your abdomen, rising, falling. Feel rising, falling. Sometimes you might feel sleepy. When you feel sleepy, same thing. Don't go with your sleep, with your feelings. Just to bring your mind back to practice. That's why better to keep back straight and keep observe mindfully on the abdomen, rising, falling. Rising, falling. Keep relax your mind, relax your body. Keep patience, please. Keep concentrate on the abdomen rising, falling. Feel the movement, rising, falling. Keep relax your mind, relax your body, keep observe. And try to know on your abdomen its movement, rising, falling. Rising, falling. Feel the movement of your abdomen rising, falling. If you lost your concentrate because of thinking, feelings, emotions, hearing the sound, just to know it, let it happen, let it go. So you have to bring your mind back to practice, rising, falling. Keep relax your mind, relax your body. Move your attention to your nose. Take breathing in deeply. Feel your abdomen rising. Take breathing out slowly. Feel your abdomen falling. Keep relax your mind and body. Abdomen rising, falling. Keep relax your mind and body. Rising, falling. Keep relax your mind, relax your body. Okay, now move your attention to your eyes. Slowly and mindfully open your eyes, opening slowly, opening mindfully, and opening. Okay, just keep relaxed. All right, just keep relaxed. So as I told you, just to let your mind calm and relax, you keep concentrate mindfully to an object. According to Vipassana or insight meditation, you can mindfully concentrate abdomen rising, falling, rising and falling. Okay? And if you want to practice anapanasati, you can observe or you can concentrate on the breathing in, breathing out, in and out. And the most important thing is the four foundation of mindfulness according to Vipassana meditation or insight meditation that I told you in earlier, even I wrote for you guys on the board. Mindfulness of body, feelings, thoughts, and mind object. So mindfulness of body is the abdomen rising, falling, or you can consider as a breathing in and out. Mindfulness of feelings or emotion, positive, negative, you feel anger, sad, depressions, anxiety, frustrated, whatever happened, okay, you know it and you don't dwell too much again and again, or you don't go too deeper, you don't bind with those kind of emotion or feelings. Just to know it, just to let it happen. So you have to bring your mind back to practice. Okay. So that kind of practice, it's develop a lot of your wisdom, part of the mindfulness practice. So in your daily life, whenever you have problems happen, those kind of things, you can easily learn how to let it go, how not to dwell on that. That's why sometimes I told to people, the main cause of suffering because of yourself. You always dwell again and again, over and over. Too much is cause you suffering more than you deserve to suffer. If we deserve to suffer for 10%, but we suffer 100% because we bind off our suffering, we dwell too much again and again. Something happened in past 10 years or 5 years ago, but still we suffer because we hold it back and we dwell too much. So that's why you need the mindfulness of your past, future and present. Think about future, it's okay, but don't think too much. Okay. We also learn something from the past and we think, okay, but don't dwell on that. Being in present as well. So when you practice meditation, it's simply you being in present moment. You try to know what's happening to my mind. And to let your mind calm and relax, you observe one object, the abdomen rising, falling, or breathing in, breathing out as well. Okay? So I hope my dear meditators or viewers, maybe you do understand what I mean. and what did I wrote on the boat. I think you understand that, but I'm so sorry. This is the meditation room, so we don't have a special whiteboard to write. That's why I bought it just few days back. Because sometimes when I speak, maybe my accent or pronunciation maybe not that much clear, as an Asian monk. So that's why if I write something, you can see that, you can really understand, or maybe it will remind you more than you listen to me, or maybe it will make more sense, more understand better when I write something, So today our concept, or my concept, was more like a mindfulness meditation, which is based on the four foundation of mindfulness. Okay, so please be mindful. Whatever happened in your life, as I told you, we want good thing, happiness. That's what we expect for. But always we don't get it. Okay, we want happiness, we expect for good things to happen, but it doesn't happen. Sometimes we don't expect to happen some bad things, but it's happened. So good or bad, sometimes it's not based on our desire, even not based on our decision that we can create, So those all are truth of nature, So when you get suffering, okay, or happiness or suffering, whatever, just let it happen. Accept the truth, okay. But try not to attach too much. As I told you, bind to tight is the difference. If you bind, very simply way, there's a bracelet you have. You don't feel tight. It's simple. It's okay. But someone, when they bind you so tightly, you suffer, because you get pain hard, you see. So our mind is kind of like a wander, always wander, a lot of wanderings in our mind. We want this and that. We have like a self-attachment, So, we are bind of a lot of wanderings. We bind it ourselves, That's why you need the mindfulness. Whatever happened, to accept it, but don't bind too tight with those kind of emotion, feelings, good or bad, Just try to let it go. Try to understand the truth and the impermanence, the changing, something like that. Okay, and I show you how to meditate for a while. It was more like a guided meditation, So when you know it yourself, you can practice by yourself. So there are two main ways to practice, which we call formal meditation, early in the morning and in the evening or before you sleep. Try to practice minimum 20 to 30 minutes if you're possible. Or if you are very beginner, as I say, as I call baby meditators, if you have no experience, then you can start with 10 minutes, move to 15 minutes, then move to 20 minutes, more like that. Okay, so practice, and especially practice meditation before you have food, before you have breakfast or dinner or lunch. Because you eat food, you feel full and you feel sleep easily. You will feel sleep. Okay, so that's why practice with the empty stomach is more like you wake up early in the morning. You can have breakfast a little bit, or you can take water and then just practice. Okay, so practice by yourself. I hope more you practice, more you know yourself how to do it, and you can share with other people. And for me, I wish you can do that, just keep try. If you never try, never know. Okay, and I will going to teach you more and more, how to meditate in different ways, in different posture or positions, All right, for today, I think this is enough for me. Okay, and finally, thank you so much for paying attention and your times And thank you so much for sharing your kindness, compassion, love, and respect. And if I made anyone disappointed by my teaching or speaking, if I did mistake, please forgive me. Okay, forgiveness is one of the best way to be relax your mind, to keep relaxed as well. So we should learn to forgive ourselves and others as well. All right. So finally, I wish you all live a long life with peace and happiness, free from all kind of suffering. Take care of yourself, take care of your health, and keep contact or communicate with your friends, families, and beloved one. Okay? Wish you all the best. Have a great time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.